Yeah, god damn it. You gotta...
Gooses, you said fuck me earlier. I don't understand what you mean by that. Dear
Bloody
viewers,
hell, this is the
he said
third
fuck me to my
time
face, and I don't
we've
understand why
had
he
to
said that. He's
record
very
this.
rude, isn't he?
Just shut up, will you? Hello, dear viewers. Sorry for all that mania. This is the third time we've had to record commentary. With Mr. I'm ready right now. I'm ready right now. Oh, sorry. He ended up not being ready right at the moment for us to record. Not the reason why we had to do this 3 times,
can I just
but
say,
that's
dear
an
viewers,
extra
there have
problem.
been very understandable reasons why we're only just now doing our 3rd attempt at a commentary. There are very understandable reasons, but unfortunately, Kunagusis will not want to share them with all of you. So I will. There have been multiple noise issues surrounding our makeshift studios, so we've had to start a good few times because of those.
Well, more like
would
there
never
are some...
explain that to you,
well, more like
he's
there
a
are...
bellend.
More like there are some minor noise issues that were more severe in his end, and probably only noticeable if you actually paid attention.
The overall happiness of a population.
Anyway, back to the details of the strategy game that we're playing. What's it we're doing now?
Well, let's see. We've just dealt with some of those pesky pirates from our last part.
Ooh, did we manage to stop them from stealing all of our content?
Yeah. And we are now deciding to tax our newly acquired provinces of Gallia and Aquitania because they're stable.
We've been having issues with pirates for a long, long time. They've been trying to steal our content, steal our IP addresses and everything, and we just got rid of them in our last session. So
not those kind of pirates, you twat. Not those kind of pirates, you git.
What other kinds of pirates are there? What are you going to talk about? Like what? Ones that are on the sea. Still
yes.
Silly
man. Anyways, and the Nervi want peace, but we reject. And a few generals.
Ooh, a new political appointment. I love politics.
Yeah. So a couple of our strategoi, or generals and champions, have leveled up.
Of course, that's your fucking job, isn't it?
So, we are still besieging Nematokena, the capital of the Nervi.
Never heard of those before.
The Nervi, they're a Belgic tribe.
Oh, I can definitely see Belgica.
Belgica.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Belgica.
Belgica. I can't do the mouth movement, I'm sorry.
It's just Belgica.
Belgica. Is that it?
That's classical Latin pronunciation, yeah, Belgica.
Belgica. Oh my god, Belgica. Belgica. Belgica.
The Belgae, as they were called. See, if I remember correctly, Caesar's Gallic Wars, he says that there are about 3 different peoples in Gaul: the Galli, the Belgae, and the Aquitani.
Very informative indeed.
Well, yeah, the Gallic Wars, that's basically one of our main sources for the Gallic Wars, you know, the Roman invasion of Gaul. Written by the man who oversaw the invasion, Julius Caesar. Or Gaius Julius Caesar. But we are currently building up our buildings and upgrading things.
Over just by Massalia just recently.
And now in Boeotia.
In Boeotia, is that it?
And Tarraconensis.
Well, it seems to be pretty well reinforced, alright.
We're upgrading industrial buildings to prop up our economy.
Any more updates on the DEI as of late?
Good question. As of our recording, which is 13th of January 2023, the devs have not released any beta, though it might come soonish. Summary has started, who's one of the devs, has actually been releasing videos to a new series he's doing, new campaign as Rome, using a version of that build, using a version of 1.3.2. along with an interesting submod that recently came out, which you might use in our Rome campaign, which will be who knows when. Probably when we finish the Seleucid campaign, which won't be for a good while.
But have patience, it will arrive eventually.
Yeah, but not for a long time now, in fairness. But we have a battle, or possible battle. The Stalkers of Kama from the Arverni.
Should we stay or should we go?
Attack the Scourge of Resha. We immediately decide to fight this battle.
We decide to stay for once.
Yeah.
And on our first attempt.
Yeah. So we have a battle in the snow.
I think this is our first time battling in the tundra for these
tundra?
kinds of videos, don't you think?
The tundra?
Yeah, I think this is our first time in the tundra.
Well, yeah, in the snow. I don't think you call that tundra, though.
Right, so who are we off against now?
The Arverni.
The Ariverni.
Arverni, or Arverni.
Arverni. Alright.
Basically a Gallic tribe.
What are their stats like?
Well, they got some dogs, various infantry, a lot of spears. This is before the 1.3 update, so I can't comment as much about what their roster was like then, prior to that. I think they've got some good shield wall troops, and probably some pretty good cavalry. And Gauls can have generally a pretty hardy infantry, so yeah.
Alright. And how's our stats exactly? Who do we have to defend our fortifications or just our battlefield?
Well, for our main line, I think we have hoplites.
Hoplites? Hoplites are pretty good.
A mix, I think, of Massalian, Tarentine white shields, maybe some Libby Phoenicians. I actually don't remember, other than those two mercenaries. For our melee infantry, we got a mixture of Libyan Thoreo swords, Ambacti, and Apudi Extraordinari. Our cavalry, I know we got Numidian cavalry. We might have Libby Phoenician. And we've got elephants, Atlas elephants.
Oh, here we go, charging up now.
Yeah, the Gallic light cavalry attacked our Numidians.
Oh, they're putting up a pretty decent fight there.
Well, yeah, they got the charge in. That's causing problems for my cavalry. But yes, I'm moving my Libby Phoenicians to counter. Yeah, they also have war dog units, the Gauls.
I don't think I've heard of those before. What are they exactly?
War dog units?
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Oh, so they basically are animalistic, basically.
As in, they bring out dogs.
Oh, they bring actual dogs out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See those little fellas running?
Oh, yeah, right. I see them. Oh, this is my first time encountering them, actually.
Our other hoplites include the Sacred Band.
Oh, they're having a good snack there, I'd see.
Our Thoreo swords are fighting some of the Gallic spearmen. I think it's the Ambactoi against. And their swordsmen are fighting our Apulians.
Well, at least with all the snow around, they'll get a pretty good indication of what they believe heaven, or whatever sort of afterlife they believe in, is like. So, let's just over their sake, it's all white and beautiful. Oh, shields up, spears up, all around.
Yeah. So we have our hoplites fighting. Tarentine white shields, Massalian hoplites.
Putting up a decent defense there.
Yeah, the Sacred Band, you know. May have Libby Phoenicians also as our hoplites. It looks like 2 units of Sacred Band. Oh no, it's not. I completely forget what hoplites we have, so I'm only trying to guess from what I'm seeing. I think it's probably Libby Phoenicians. And our Ambacti charges the enemy rear.
Right up the arses, like Bishop Brennan.
Yes. Father Ted reference for those of you who don't know.
For those of you who don't know Father Ted, what the hell is wrong with you? Learn about Father Ted.
A classic in Irish comedy.
For all of you Americans out there, I'm very sorry, but if you don't understand Father Ted, then you're pretty much living a doomed existence, a miserable existence.
And this is a person who spent much of his life in America. Take that as you will, viewers. Our elephants charge into the enemy archers. I think they're archers. No, they're javelin men. My mistake.
Very yummy. Very, very tasty indeed.
And the Ambactoi are being defeated by our swordsmen. Moving my Balearic slingers around, probably to shoot the enemy from behind.
Well, that's not very nice now.
With Kingetoi.
The Kingetoi, is that it?
Yes, Kingetoi.
Ah. So
Yeah.
I assume they're shieldsmen?
Shield wall unit.
Ah, right. Oh, bit of a skirmish there, I'd see.
Our Ambacti are slaughtering these guys. Yeah, some nice visual touch-ups in the 1.3.2 update for these guys.
Ooh, shit. So what kind of visual updates are we thinking of? Or
Just updating a lot of the barbarian units of Carthage just to be more in line with how they look since the 1.3 overhaul.
oh, okay. So are we gonna like see any new subtle changes or anything like
Yeah,
that?
new subtle visual changes for the most part. I think the Adgenios Lankia might have a shield wall ability now.
Okay.
But it's mostly visual. It's
Not to actions or anything like that.
just mostly
purely
visual changes.
Oh.
I think the
okay.
Scutari actually going to get less armor.
Oh, the elephants are having a bit of a stampede there.
Yeah. So yes, our hoplites are Libby Phoenicians, Tarentine White Shields, Massalians, and Sacred Band. They're the hoplites in our army. We see the Kingetoi are fighting against our Libyan Thoreo spears, not Libby Phoenician. They're not Libby Phoenician yet.
Yes, I can very clearly see. There's definitely a sight to behold.
And we see a similar case of the Ambactoi against our spears. But the enemy is starting to break.
They're starting to run with their hinds in between their legs.
Yes. So Duroi seem to be fighting on a little bit. Early Oath Sworn.
A bit of a skirmish there. A nice wall there. That should keep our enemies at bay.
We also had the Adios Epones, so I think our general was in a sacred band. Yeah. Our general had a sacred band bodyguard, so we had more cavalry to freely use.
Also, we're keeping them as a ransom, I see.
Yes, we're ransoming the captives.
For how much?
Whatever was offered there.
Oh.
So we got some tech researched. Now
Yeah.
we're researching the tech to get the thorax reforms.
Finally.
We just have to, after that, we just have to make sure we read the turn number requirements.
Yeah?
Which at this time was, I think, turn 100 and 60. So for non-Greek factions that had the Tereos thorax reforms, like Carthage and the Idrisians in Armenia, for example, and Galatians, they would trigger like several turns later than like the Greek factions would, but they wouldn't need the Imperium requirements.
Oh, and I see we're going off the battle against the children of
Morganae.
Right, what you said.
Morganae.
Morgana.
Morganae.
Morganae.
Can you not see Morgane?
Oh, well, that was quick. Dull and boring.
It was an auto-resolve.
Oh, and we go at it again. Oh, and now we decide to finish them off.
Well, because the army itself was... The fact is, the army ran off. They retreated once, and that means if they lose that battle, it's a last stand. So when they lose, they're dead. The army's gone.
Very excessive, but
that's the way the game works. I would say to auto-resolve Nemetokena.
You have a particular itch to auto-resolve everything. Do you know that?
We've talked about this already. I acknowledge that. It's a bit of a bad habit.
Well, it's a bad habit. You gotta learn how to kick.
Yeah, I know. And for our Seleucid campaign, that's the plan. Fight more battles.
Well, it's always important to keep drilling it into your head so that it actually sticks.
Yep, but we're going to wait a while before we get round to that point. I think the earliest estimation you think we'll have this series done is by, like, what, March?
Yeah, I'd say around March.
By that time, I think Defo 1.3.2 will be out.
Well, that's good. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, it usually comes out in the winter. So,
who do we have now?
It's the Arverni and what's left of the Bowie. I think it's the settlement of Bagacum. Yeah. And so to fight this one out. And it becomes a field sally. So essentially means all the defending troops sally out onto the field.
A lot more clear, I have to say.
Yeah, because you're talking like it's like spring.
Right, so who do we have here now?
So our general is mounted, I think, on the... I think it's... Trying to think, it might just be either it's the general... It's actually possibly the Sacred Band bodyguard. Sacred Band cavalry.
Okay.
Our infantry, I think we've hoplites, so you can probably include one Sacred Band. I'm not too sure about the rest. We'll see at the moment. Our range troops will be Balearic slingers. We'll have 2 Libyan Thereo spears. We'll probably have 2 Thereo swords. Though possibly this army, one of the swords is replaced by Venetian axemen. So they're Libyan spearmen. Sacred Band, the hoplitai, so Greek mercenary hoplites, Libyan Phoenician hoplites, and another Sacred Band. We have Numidian cavalry, as we always do. We have Atlas elephants.
I see we're taking our sweet ass time here.
Well, we're getting to position.
These guys should have been in position 10 minutes ago. Oh, and I see that lot out there is hoping to charge in, or at least
they're trying to link up. I think the armies are trying to link up.
Well, from what I'm seeing, it's like the enemies don't know where to go because they seem to be scared by this one cavalry force. But whatever. Oh, and I see they're actually starting to engage now.
I think they're kind of getting into range of my slingers soon, so that'll give them the chance to fire. Because my slingers have superb range.
Oh, how far can they reach exactly?
Well, they are among the best slingers in the game. So, I'll put it like this. The default range for like a generic slinger unit is 190.
Alright.
Low tier, crappy slingers will have a range of like 165. The Balearic slingers have a range of I think 215. So much better than the average slinger. They also do more damage than an average slinger. So we see that the enemy general for the Boii has chariots.
I see the Gallic warriors are itching for battle as we speak.
Indeed, charging in with their long Celtic swords.
Tally forth, tally ho, as they say.
And our trail spearmen charge them.
Oh, javelins still going off all over the place. Still making excellent range.
We have some other infantry charging from that side.
Oh, bit of a pretty impressive line there. They seem to be holding themselves up pretty well. Oh, javelin's still going all around.
So our Scutari, so we have Scutari. They're fighting.
Scutari seem to be holding up pretty well themselves.
Well, they are pretty sturdy soldiers.
No, I know. All the same.
That'll be so nice when that book by Fernando Quesada Sanz comes out.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Because that'd be a good way for me to learn about Iberian warfare.
No, I hope it's a good read.
Well, I believe he is like the main expert on that topic.
All the more reason to be excited then.
Yeah. It's got a couple more months to go before it's out.
When's it supposed to be out?
I think April. The end of April.
End of April, okay. So it's not too long of a wait, I'd say. Only around close to 3 months.
I ordered the book ages ago.
Oh, we already have a good few casualties there.
Yeah. We have our Thoreo swordsmen fighting off some of the tribesmen. We have our elephants nearby.
Oh, here. The elephants are coming! Someone's gonna have to clean all that up eventually.
Or just leave it to nature. So yeah. I think our slingshots are hitting the enemy there.
The elephants are just standing there like, screw it, we don't want to get involved in this. Let them deal with their own problems, like.
In fairness, elephants aren't exactly eager to charge into a big blob of men with sharp pointy sticks.
Sure, I can't imagine anyone would.
Indeed.
Elephant or man.
Indeed. But at least the man can be trained to recognise that he should probably do that with a shield in hand.
Oh, well, here come a few elephants now.
Well, the elephant's moving around, but our Libby Phoenician cavalry have been fighting against enemy cavalry and look to be losing.
Oh, that's not good.
They probably got overwhelmed by the enemy numbers. So we see our Ariosapones moving around, so we have them in the army. So Garan Bhakti taking out the enemy.
Well, that does not look like us. That doesn't look like a nice bowl of spaghetti bolognese, I have to say. It looks more like just like going on soup.
You love your food metaphors, or similes.
Sure, it's all my brain can come up with, honestly.
Yes. Anyways, fight's going pretty well. I'll be pretty bloody.
Sure, when is it ever?
And the enemy chariots have come in. Yeah.
Oh god, you gotta give them mercy at the very least. They're not expecting the chariots. They'll be bloody massacre.
Chariots can be pretty damn powerful.
Come on, man. They're already down on their knees begging for mercy. You don't have to be this excessive.
In fairness, actually, it's one thing that'd be fun to do with the Seleucid campaign will be using their chariots.
I very much worry about your mental health, Kunagusis.
Why, what's wrong with being eager to use some scythe chariots? But yeah, the chariots are ripping through my slingers. I'm rushing in some spearmen to counter them. Just need to snag them. And we've succeeded in snagging them a little bit. Well, sort of, they're charging through. We move some swordsmen, Scutari, to also pin them down, whilst our spearmen can catch up. And now they're screwed. Or certainly they should be, because they're not exactly good in a prolonged fight. And they're routing. They're wavering.
Sure, of course they're wavering. What other logical response is there?
Indeed. Chariots don't exactly excel in close quarters in prolonged melee combat. Their job is to keep moving. Granted, I think historically, I think chariots in the Celtic world were not exactly used as a weapon per se, but more like a sort of elaborate transport.
Sure, it's probably more of a scare tactic than anything else.
Probably. I think the idea was that the chariot would drop off the warrior, who would have been like a noble. Effectively dropped him off, and he would have fought for a while, and probably went back in the chariot. It's in the east that the chariot was like a heavy weapon that would smash in. But you're right to say that they were kind of used as scare weapons.